What's going on? What's going on? Another episode of Cloud9 Talk, episode 14. This episode, we're going to talk more about the Eastern Conference Finals. We got a special guest, Dayton legend, one of my fellow brothers I used to grow up with growing up, Dayton, Ohio. Got a real West Side legend, though. So like I said, man, it's going to be a good episode. He a real big Knicks fan, so like I said, we're going to see what he feeling like with the weather with the Knicks, man. They always say the orange and blue skies, so we're going to see what he talk about today, man. So stay tuned for Gary Akbar, Dayton legend. Chilling, man. It's good to see you, man. Long time no see, man.
What's up, baby?
Got the orange and blue on, man. Like I said, man, welcome to the show, Gary Akbar, man. Let's get to it, though, man. So what's up with the Knicks big fourth quarter, though, man? Let's get to like the Knicks games, man. Can you hear me? What's your thoughts on yesterday's game, man? It was a crazy game.
Yeah, it was, man. My thoughts is right now is if whoever we playing, if you go down, if you up 20 on us, we're gonna come back and win. That's what it seemed like, right? I mean,
that's the trend.
As a coach and as a team, you really don't want that. You don't want to go down 20 to wait till they have to turn it up. But I take it. Our backs was against the wall. We figured it out a little bit. I think he should play some more at the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like DeLon Wright and Shamit. McBride plays already, and Mitchell. I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about the other guys that came in and stepped up. So I feel like we still got a good chance. Like I said, we 6-1 on the road. Through this playoffs, and 3-5 at home through the playoffs. So we've been playing better on the road. So I'm real positive on the end. Like, I feel like we're gonna, 2-2. I really think we're gonna win this next game. I think we're gonna win the series. That's just, I know I'm a Knicks fan, but I ain't even trying to just be biased. Like, if we sustaining everything that they doing, right? So we know they're a team that runs, So I feel like we need to go deep into our bench, and like how we brought in DeLon Wright. It was certain lineups that I seen that hadn't even played together, but it was nice. Like DeLon Wright with McBride, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, Carl Anthony, or it was just multiple different lineups that I liked to see. That I feel like we can beat them. I do. I really do. I feel like we still can get them boys.
And another thing, like with him playing like Landry Shaman and all them, they not on the scouting report right now because that's the trend. They saying he only plays 7 to 8 players, so they like, what the hell? What are he doing? It's like they don't even see what he can do as far as in the playoffs. So like that's a surprise. He should do that though. And like y'all play better when Brunson was in foul trouble because shit, he damn near fouled up first half forward. So like the ball was moving quicker too.
Better.
Yeah,
the ball
so
moved better. Listen,
I'm
a Brunson fan. I love Brunson. You know what I'm saying? He got to get that ball up a little bit more, limit some dribbles, just to give a little bit more opportunities, make it a little harder to guard you. You know what I'm saying? Because he a bucket for sure. We know that. But let's just get we got to get Bridges and OG and some of them other guys like McBride was major for us. Shout out to the Ohio boy.
Right,
He went in.
Because I feel like shit, he low key underpaid. Because like I said, what he shoot, he was balling last year though. Like he get better every year though. So like he put on for the O though. Like I said, because
shout out to Juan. Shout out to Juan State and his trainer.
Facts. Because like I said, he's going crazy, and it's showing that training it's showing though on the big stage. Like everybody can't play in New York either though. And like I said, it's hard though. Like some of the stars can't even manage. He going at it every night though, like a bulldozer though. So it's gonna be interesting though. So like I said, man, what's the let's get to the what's up with Cat's fourth quarter though? What's your thoughts on that?
Man, I wanted to put a whole game together instead of just one half or the second half. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm grateful that we got the win and he did what he did. But man, he's so talented, man. If he just come out and just impose his will, you know what I'm saying? He could easy 30 and 15 or 30 and 10, man. Miles Turner, they can't do nothing with him, man. They can't do it, man. He talent wise, man, he different.
And one thing I noticed is like when he going downhill, when he get that face up, it's over. Though. Like they can't guard him. That's when they going to the cup easy, and it's like it's hard for him to stay. He really be getting fouled every time he go downhill for real. In my opinion,
I swear.
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm like, damn, is he gonna tear his ACL the way he be falling on the ground? Not to say he won't, but like it be like, oh, like
look, you talking about the one move with the cuff, then the one hand cuff? Yeah, I'm already knowing.
I be scared for him sometimes because like he got them skinny legs too. I'll be like, they be hacking him though. They let him play though, but like, hey, they can't say he's soft though. Even though they be getting this criticism, hey, he balling though. Like I said, some of his shot selection could be questionable, but it's like, all right, he can make them. So I gotta respect that though. So yeah. So that's what's up though, man. So like I said, so what's your thoughts? Like I said, is it gonna go game 7, 6? Like what's up with it?
Look, I'm a Knicks fan. I don't want to keep saying no bias, but I got Knicks in 6. That's what I'm thinking. It's more likely it's going 7, but I'm really thinking Knicks in 6. Like, I feel like once we done figured them out a little bit on this, like I seen late in the game, we start pressuring. Like, no disrespect to Halliburton. Like, I be going back and forth with my uncle. Like, I got this chat going on with me, my uncle, close friend. You know what I'm saying? So we be on there chatting about sports. I like Halliburton can play. Don't get me wrong, he can play, but his bag is basic. I feel like if we press up on the ball screens, go over top, always get some contact on him, go over top, make him do something. He don't, instead of just switching, you know what I'm saying, making it just easy, like get through the screen, like how they do against Brunson. They getting through the screen. Neesmith, he getting over that screen every time.
Yeah, easily.
Every time.
Yeah. And he bulky too though. He can fight through them
6'5", 6'4", 6'5". So I just feel like that's what we need to do, man. Just intensify the pressure. Get the pressure. Pick them up full. Let's start off game. This game, what's this, game 4?
Yeah, game 4.
Game 4. Let's start off. Pick them up full.
Yeah, I
pick
like
them
that.
Up full. Let's pick them up full.
Wear them out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they go look. They in shape. They a team that run. We know that's what do. But make Halliburton. Stop making it so easy for everybody. Make him work. Make Neesmith work. He's not a bucket getter like that. Make him work. Nembhard can play. I like, he got game, but still make him work. Pascal can hoop, make him work still, but Pascal can hoop. But Miles Turner, like it's the Naismiths and the TJ McConnells, like no disrespect to him, but man, he be hooping, bro. He be hooping, but all you got, you let me tell you how you play against somebody like him. You have to match his intensity. You got to play as hard as he play. You got to stay locked in, guard. Know what he want to do. He wants to herky-jerky, go this way, then come back, dribble, pull up. Like, I don't know, man. You see me. You know how I know the game. You know what I'm saying? Not only every player, but I just thinking, like, you're not going to hit me with the same move twice.
Exactly.
You know I'm saying? Things like that, but McConnell can play. I don't get me wrong. He can play. I like McConnell.
And one thing about McConnell is you look at him like, how the hell is he out here? It's like, what if
you
like a stockbroker? Yeah.
Hard work.
Right. He like
outwork. That's his goal. Outwork.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But he played chess out there though. He always probing around. He take what the defense give him. He know how to create spacing though too. So like that's one thing. Like young guards, they gotta pay attention to him if they want to make the league. That's a prime example.
They don't watch, man. They don't watch. Dating area, man. These kids don't be watching basketball, man. They be BSing, bro. They don't be watching basketball, man. How you play the game? How you play basketball? Don't even be watching it, man. Come on.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like I said, you want to play college, what they do? Watch film every other day or every day.
Look, that shit real, man. That shit real.
Yeah.
Tell you, there's gonna be times when you get to your college or wherever you go to, the kids on the next level, you're gonna question yourself one time, like, dang, is this what I really want to do? Because it was so tough today. You like, dang, I gotta do this the rest of the week. Oh, I don't know if I want to do this or if I'm. Yeah, it's real. Yeah. It's real. Kids out there, it's real. Tell you, been there, done it.
So much you love the game too, though, for sure, though.
Yeah, you do. You gotta have passion for it. You definitely do. You do. I agree, brother. You have to.
Would you say, like, even for like a coach though, now that you coaching, like you say, like you even gotta have it more love though, because like I said, it's a grind though. It's even more hours than a player at times though too.
I agree. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. As a coach, yeah, I do. Yeah, you do have to have that passion and be ready to to push your kids. Yeah, you definitely got to have the passion and yeah. Nah, you're right. You got to. You really do, because some kids, they want to live kid lives and do, sometimes, and they don't understand, like, this could change your life. You know what I'm saying? We've been there, we done it, so we kind of know what it takes. Or feel like, oh, if we do this right or do this with this kid, he can get to this point, or, things such as like that. But nah, you got to have the passion for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I was just at Trotwood, I'm not at Trotwood anymore, but I was just at Trotwood, I was getting kids in the gym as much as I can, and yeah, come on, let's just go shoot. I'm gonna shoot with you. I'm still active. Just doing little things with them, showing them what I could do, or just come on, I'm gonna shoot with you. You know what I'm saying? Just things like that. But that's just what it be. It be, and it don't be just them all the time. So it's hard to even get in the gym now. They cost this much to do this, to do that, and you got to get a membership and all
Right.
this that. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know, and they
yeah.
don't be having open gyms like that no more. I see or whatever it was. So you know, but now you definitely as a coach, you definitely got to have that that grit and passion. You know what I'm saying? To really want to get these kids better. You know what I'm saying? Because they some do. Don't get wrong, some do, but it's rare. You know what I'm saying? They feel
Mm-hmm.
like after practice or after once practice, they done had practice, they done enough. All right, I'm done. Now that's some more. Let's go get up 100 or 200 shots. You know what I'm saying? And then or let's go do this before practice, and then after practice, this. You know, it's just it's a lot, man. This game, you got to put a lot in. And I'm only saying that just from my experience, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't always the best. I built my game up or built my resume up to what it is or what it was, you know what I'm saying, to where I wanted to be. So I just feel like, you just gotta just grind. You gotta grind. Grind, grind, grind. Hard work beat talent any day. Any day. I promise you. You gotta work. That's just what I would, that's my advice to younger players, just work on your game. Play as much basketball as you can. Watch. Be a sponge. Be a sponge. See how the older guys was playing or see what they doing. You know what I'm saying? If you see they 2, 3 passes right up the court bucket, yeah, instead of you come down and you dribble 10 times before you even get the ball up now. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like just like in the NBA. I don't mean to switch over topics like that,
No,
but
you good.
it's a lot. It's a lot of dribble. Like that's why the Pacers be kind of be how they be though. Halliburton be getting the ball up the court. You know what I'm saying? So I be just trying to teach the kids slash my players that when I was like when I was just JV this year. Like I was commanding dribbling up, but I did like in practice I did a lot of um transition defense. You know what I'm saying? Or we'll run a play and then I got like them on the baseline. We just like I have a half court. So just run a set. Boom. They'll run a set, score, make them have 7 passes, counter passes out, boom, they score. I got 5 on the baseline. Take the ball out. As soon as the ball hit the net, take off, push. So now stop ball, call out, talk, communicate, call out who you got, and then, push the ball. So things like that that's just what it be, and then I would tell them, so if I call out this man's name right here to touch the line, you would think to go this way because it's 2-on-1 or 3-on-2, you know what I'm saying? Instead of them, I got players throwing it to the old opposite side though. Like if I call him on this side, on the right side, to go touch the line, he throws the ball to the left. I gotta stop. What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah, messing
Think
up
the
the drill.
game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yep,
That's where we
yeah.
be. So it just be a lot of teaching moments, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they be needing. You know what I'm saying? They just be needing that. And I think in the coaching game too, they need to adapt a little bit more to the younger coaches. And I'm not saying like 25. You know what I'm saying? It's rare that some that's probably 25 that's ready to coach, but
Facts.
start
Yeah.
getting to the 30s. You know what I'm saying? The 31s, 30s, and 35s. You know what I'm saying? Just because we're a little bit more durable. We can stand a little bit longer. Or just hop in practice or showing what we mean by this. You know what I'm saying? Just things of that nature. But gotta grind though. You know what I'm saying? You could put a lot into this game, and you may not get nothing out. That's just what it is. You gotta have passion for it, but you gotta grind in this game. Gotta grind.
I remember I was listening to KD earlier. He was saying like he just, from when he was 19 to 24, he was just playing 5-on-5 pickup, and that's like you saying he's like growing his instincts and all that. Cause I said this when you was playing, you was a high IQ player though. So like a lot of people you was guarding was kind of bigger or like a little bit more athletic though. But like I said, you
Mhm.
was smarter than them, so that was your advantage though. Kind of like Draymond Green though. So
Yeah.
like when you smarter, I feel like you always get the higher advantage though. Cause in the art of war, they say it's like you can't always win off strength. You always got to win off tactic. So like if you have no tactic, you kind of like in limbo, like like I don't know what I'm doing. So that's definitely key advice though for sure though. Just playing off instincts and just playing the game, just getting better every day though. Because like I said, you can't be a robot out there just trying to be a cone and all that though. You can't teach competitiveness and intensity in a drill. Like you can try to simulate, but it's not like the same as playing 5-on-5 or something like that.
Yeah, I just waited my turn. That's another thing. That kid, they don't. You got the parents. No disrespect to the parents, but Got some parents that don't want their kids to wait their turn. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I play varsity as a freshman. But I ain't start right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? I had to be a role player. I had to be a role player, and I mastered my role or did the best I could at my role. You know, freshman year I played a lot of varsity. Sophomore year I started. It was a situation that people don't know. You know, a senior end up getting ineligible. I steps right in. You know, boom, take off from there. But I played a role. My role was to rebound, defend, and when I get the ball, score it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, wasn't no. I wanted to win, and
Yeah.
that's just what we kind of lack at in this era right now. Guy, everybody wants to be a scorer or the man or the guy, and we don't have no roles, and you got some parents sometimes, or I want to say coaches in the stands,
Right.
want to say the coaches is not doing this or not doing that when you got some coaches that's out here assigning roles and telling guys what you need to do to help the team, but can't play for him. You know what I'm saying? It just be little things. Just little things though. Like gotta wait your turn. That's what I feel like. Like if a kid is just that good elite to play for varsity, yeah, he has to play. Play. I'm with that. I'm the first to play your best guys. That's how I am too. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you gotta make. It's better if you got guys. Some guys just wait their turn. You know what I'm saying? Like they just need to watch the upperclassmen do it. Like he's just not ready. He's not better than what's up there right now. Just things of that nature. But it's coming back around. I've been seeing a lot of these younger kids. You know what I'm saying? In the third, fourth, fifth, sixth grade. I've been seeing a lot of these kids. So the talent is there. It's just got as long as we can get the mindset. You know what I'm saying? Let's just make the city back better again. I
For
just want to see
sure.
the city back better.
Yeah.
That's really all I'm about. I'm about the
Yeah.
kids and the community, man. I want to see the city back. I really do. Want to see more. I want to see more than one kid going to Division 1. I had a Dayton. I'm speaking for as Dayton Public because I'm a DPS. I'm out of DPS, and when I came out, it was multiple of us going Division 1. I had 4 on my team, right along with me. My starting 5. We went Division 1. Freshman AJ O State, Andre H Creighton, Deontay Hawkins. He went to Illinois State, but he was committed to Wichita State. I went to Kent State, but I was committed to Cleveland State, and then we got Demarion Jeter, Longwood. So it's possible. You know what I'm saying? There's other guys that went to Thurgood Marshall, Joe Thomason, Wright State, Mark Allstark, Wright State. Uh, it's more DPS. I just can't think right now, but it's. We just got to get back to that though, cause I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I take it as an insult a little bit. Just I be hearing these groups,
Yeah, you see on
little group
Facebook.
chats. I be seeing a lot of this,
Yeah, I'm
man.
seeing
I be seeing a lot of stuff.
I'll be seeing it.
I be seeing it. Yeah, I be seeing people in the G Walk. Be screaming the G Walk and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? No knock on the G Walk because they are the best. That is the best conference right now. They are putting kids in Division 1. But I remember when I was playing, G Walk didn't want to see us. They was ducking us. But it's about the kids. That's what it's about. And we just need to make the DPS league better, man. It gotta
For
be.
sure. Yeah.
Gotta be. So I see Trotwood and they going to DPS. So that
Oh, real? I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's what's up. That's big
yeah.
news though. Yeah, might as well, man. Yeah.
They be here. They be in DPS this season. They here. They there.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, right, right.
So like I said, let's get into your playing career though. Like I said, I see you played 2010. You was a state championship your sophomore year though. So let's talk about that year though, man.
Okay, so back on what we said, I was just, role guy, role player, young sophomore, you know what I'm saying? Just they know I was just gonna play hard, do my role, do whatever it took to win. We had two senior go well, it was more than just two senior guards. We had that team was full of seniors besides me and Teddy, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even hard, man. It was just, play hard, play my role, rebound, defend. And Jaron Johnson and Ryan Bass and Deion Stewart, they're gonna do the rest. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what that was, just make sure I played hard for my seniors, man, and did what I needed to do and played my role to a T.
Talk about that Final Four game, man. Y'all was like y'all was in the hole versus talented Cleveland Benedictine
Cleveland
team.
British, yup, look,
Yeah.
they had a squad too, man. They had like five guys going Division 1 too. I forgot his name, Cameron Wright, Pittsburgh, Nick
Yeah.
Martin, Akron. Derek Jackson, he went to Kent State. Well, he was committed to he went to Central, then transferred to Kent State. Played with me at Kent. Ended up being my roommate. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
word. Okay.
Look, I used to flash the ring to him all the time. I used to tell him appreciate you. Mark Wood, they had a young freshman, Mark Williams. He ended up playing at Temple. He coached at Richmond.
Okay.
Richmond out there in Cleveland.
Yeah, Richmond Heights. Yeah, yep, yeah,
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Richmond
he
Heights.
coached
Yeah.
up there. So yeah, man, that was crazy, man. I can't really. I remember it. Don't get me wrong. I remember like yesterday. Like I couldn't even tell you the feeling. It was just so like unreal a little bit. But like I said, we never stopped fighting. That's just Dunbar for you. So we just kept fighting, cutting the lead down as much as we could. I think we cut it down to 18 or something like that at half. So going to halftime, coaches, Coach O'Neil, we all looking at each other. I want to say one of the seniors, Derek Benson, gave us one of those speeches. Coach O'Neil gave us one of those speeches. We woke up, came out second half, tied up, played Dunbar basketball, and got after it. Once we smelled blood, it was over. Yeah. So on that end, that's how that went. It was just kind of came out a little slow. You know what I'm saying? Just a little slow, but it was crazy though. I ain't gonna lie, that whole little vibe of that momentum shift on how we did that, man. That was crazy. I can't lie, bro. That was crazy.
So like after you won your sophomore year, that's like I said, that's it's a big accomplishment to win any year in your high school career. But like you win it. So what was your thoughts going into your junior year with like another role change and all
Okay.
that?
Right, right. So going into my junior year, I'm thinking, all right, shit, I want to do it again. Let's do it again. Me and Teddy coming back. We young, but we the top dogs in the city. We got state championship rings as sophomores. We playing for Allahá Red in the summer. Picking up a little offers. Picking up some pub. I've been working on my game. He's working on his. For people that didn't know, I was a versatile type of player, like you said, Draymond Green type of guy, but could score the ball. I could score. You know what I'm saying? I ain't shoot no threes, nothing like that. Rim work and mid range, but I was just excited to showcase my game and show how versatile I was. Cause I'm thinking, all right, Jaren and them gone, we coming back. But I knew we needed some guard play. That we had one of our guards coming in, Javon Rice. So it was just a role change as far as just now instead of me being a role player, I'm more of the guy a little bit, one of the guys. So I need to be able to hold my weight or be able to help the team out as much as I can. Which I felt like I had a decent junior year. I didn't really. I averaged a double double, but it was light to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I felt like I could have did more.
Yeah, more to your standards. I got you. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like I said, I think part of your unique about you was just you always had a high standard about yourself. And like I said, that's just you gotta keep that winning standard, the standard, and that's what most people need to have. That's on and off the court though. You always gotta have that standard. Like people always put you as in a box, especially it's just like all right, they just say this coming from Dayton, small towns. It's always you always want to have that reliance and all that though. So talk about to the your senior year, man. Y'all made history, one of the greatest teams in Ohio history.
Yep. So yeah, we got Dre to come over. Andre Yates, we got him to transfer over. He was already in Dunbar though his freshman year. You know what I'm saying? That's before I even came to Dunbar. So you know how that be, the little summer be. But so yeah, that summer, I don't wanna keep reminiscing on the summer, but that summer, this is another summer. We putting in work again, you know what I'm saying? It's not a time that we not never working on our games. We always working on our game. So we put in a lot of work that summer. We started an AAU team called the Adidas Hoopsters. First official Adidas Hoopsters team. Us. You know what I'm saying? So we with Adidas, we with that team, we put the state on notice, you know what I'm saying? We finished top in the Adidas ranking or whatever like that. We were competing with all the Hall Red, you know what I'm saying? We're one of the top teams in the state. So going to that, we were just knocking buildings down, as I can say. Like we just milestones after milestones of things that we wanted to do, get this type of offer, show we was ready to do this, show we was doing that. So coming into our senior year, it was just gonna be, let's go win state. You know what I'm saying? That's just like that's always been the motto at Dunbar, from my freshman year. State. That's what we here to do. Win state. You know what I'm saying? So as the senior year go, we excited about it. We ready. You know what I'm saying? Boom. We winning games. The season go by. First game, third good. It come down to a little crunch time a little bit. Boom. We end up beating them. Put together another run. You look up. We about Middle of the season, we about 12, 14 and 0. All right, boom. Speed up to the last game, Meadowdale. We end up beating them. It's kind of crunch time, but we end up winning by like 14 or 12. Boom. So now we thinking, all right, we about to go into the tournament. Man, we like, oh man, we 20 and 0. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even paying attention to the record. We just having so much fun and playing ball. You know what I'm saying? Having so much fun and just playing, man, just playing and winning. You know what I'm saying? When, like I said, when you winning, that cures everything. I promise you. Everybody looks good. Even the person that's not playing as much as he want or doing what he wants to do, we're winning. So who cares? You know what I'm saying? As far as on your personal agenda side. So boom, we enter into the tournament. We like, man, because once the tournament start, it's a new season, 0-0. You know what I'm saying? It's one and done now, so you can't lose. So we already like, oh, we can't lose. So it's just like we got eight of them. I see they switched now, but we got eight of them. So we just going game by game. We just knocking them down game by game. We get into tasks. I know they thought they was, a lot of people thought they was gonna beat us. They had won Division 3 last year. No disrespect to them guys, but they was football boy. They was football guys. Adolphus, he could play both, but he was a football guy for more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He been gave us the oh, y'all got it, man. Y'all, you feel me? I got it. So boom. We know. Don't let me act like I just knew we was gonna beat them, but I was confident. I knew what was going on. I was at a mindset where nothing gonna get in our way. That ended up being a good game, but we ended up blowing them out kind of for real. The Aiken game that kind of shocked up on us. Teammate of mine's Willie Moore. He had a pretty good game. That was him and Dre ended up going at it that game. We ended up getting the win. AJ came. It was an AJ little coming out party. He stayed steady the whole year though, so it wasn't new to me. It wasn't new to us, but like I said, the senior year, man, it went fast, but it didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like practice it was fun and competitive. Like, it wasn't, we would never look like, oh, we got practice. It was never that. It was, see you at practice later today. We getting after it. You know what I'm saying? It was a family, and I gotta shout that out to my three seniors, which is me, Teddy, and Dre. Man, we made sure that we all stayed. You know what I'm saying? We made sure that we all stayed together and we made sure nobody felt left out, even the guy that didn't even play. You know what I'm saying? Even when we had freshmen that would just get in for a little bit because we was blowing teams out. You know what I'm saying? It was a family. You know what I'm saying? So like that's something. Anybody asking me about basketball, that's my favorite year of basketball ever. Like where you could go work on your game, play ball, you ain't go hang with your friends. It don't work like that when you get to college. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's straight school, college, workouts, you tired, you ain't got the energy to do that. Do it again tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Meet with your athletic I forgot what it's called, but
Advisors and coaches and all that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Look, exactly. So, I stay saying that was the best. That's some of the best times. Even though I won in college too, but that was more like the best. So yeah, senior year, man, I just feel like that's legendary. And I don't even say that's the best Dunbar team. I think it's still Daquan and them. They got an NBA lineup, man. I'm
Right.
6'5", Jeter 6'8", Teddy 6'8", but
Yeah.
now what I
Yeah.
we give them a game? Hell
Yeah.
yeah,
For
hell
sure.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're the best team. You know what I'm saying? They played a ranked schedule. It gets no better than that. Come on now.
Most definitely.
They
So like I
was
said,
It's crazy.
let's get into your college career. So like I said, you started in JUCO. So like I said, what's your thoughts on the JUCO landscape now? Because JUCO is more like, hey, this is the route to go more than it was in years past. So like, how was your JUCO career now? How would you
Right.
like it?
So you saying now it's more the wave to go now.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so all right. So when it was time when I had to go, it was more like, all right, it could make you break you. When I was going, you got to be tough a little bit, but it was some people it can make you break you. You know what I'm saying? It mentally wear on some people because you think, oh, what is this? This is college. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't Division 1. You're not getting all that money, or the arena's not nice like that, or it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's gritty guys out there trying to work to get to the Division 1. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole nother competition for real. You know what I'm saying? So I was thankful to go to a good junior college, one of the top junior colleges. It was Midland, nice arena. You know what I'm saying? It was nice. It was nice. You know what I'm saying? It's grown men down there. I'm 18 years old going down there. You know, I held my own though. You know, I did. I definitely did. But it's yeah, I would say that's the difference, man. The difference of it probably now is like I said, it was they was thinking it could make you or break you. You know what I'm saying? People wasn't really fond of going JUCO. It was frowned upon a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like JUCO it helped me a lot. You know, it made me tougher. You know what I'm saying? I was able to deal with certain coaches and certain things like that. You know, playing. You know, being fresh, 18, 17 out of high school, going against guys that was Division 1 transfers, coming from Division 1s to JUCO. You know, it like I said, I feel like it helped me. You know, yeah.
Who was some of the dogs that you like damn, like just like
Okay,
who was this dude?
Kiwi Gardner.
Okay, I remember.
They call him like YouTube sensation, man. Look him up, y'all. He could play, man. I played with him. Played with a guy named Corey Hilliard. He had came from Nebraska. I played with a guy named Eddie. I don't know how to say his last name. It's like a guy or something like that. He came from Wichita State. Uh, Played with a guy named Justin Coleman. Dog. He came from Marshall, but like he had a lot. I don't want to get into his personal life, but he had a lot of things going on. So he was a little older, but you know, it was like a redemption for him, man. He could play. He had go. I ain't gonna lie to you. He could play. Uh, who else? Um, uh, this guy named his name was Willis. He was from Philly. He could play. He went. This was his second year there. He didn't come from nowhere, but he could play. Like I said,
It's some dogs, yeah.
yeah, it was some dogs, bro. And then I was
Yeah.
down Texas League, bro. That was the top league, bro. The Western Texas League or something like that. Where what's that school called? It was South Plains.
Oh yeah, real good.
Mexico, New Mexico State, New Mexico Institution.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we was playing some teams. Odessa. Yeah,
Colorado, yeah.
yeah, bro. That league was tough, bro. It was tough, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That was tough, bro. It was good. It was good rec.
So I'm gonna tell you this is why I think JUCO is like really a hot route right now. So like I had a former player of mine. He went prep school. He's under recruited. Went D2. Probably was the best player, and he was redshirted. So I told him like, "Hey, go JUCO." So he went to this JUCO in Alabama called Wallace State. Killed JUCO. I was like, he became an All-American down there. So now he started getting all these offers. He was like 22, 5, and 6. Just like it's just, JUCO give you that platform to go crazy though, especially make it to Hutchinson or where is it called? Kansas?
Kansas, yep, you're right.
Yeah, Kansas. Yeah, and like you get all in front of them coaches, and you going against grown men. So like I said, that's why I said it's a good route. So like we really when you under recruited to get your name out there though, because you like, damn, who this? Because like you never know who in the gym. Especially like all these like some of the Auburn, they getting JUCO players. They getting anybody, they getting Division 2 players.
Yeah,
it's a new era though where it's like, hey, everybody NAIA, everybody got a chance now. That's a unique opportunity though, for sure though. But like I said, let's get into your Kent State. How was that? Like I said, I remember, I was in college at the same time. Akron Kent, that's a rival. I remember y'all beat us. Y'all stormed the floor. Oh, and that was a crazy experience.
What did he do? What was it? A game-winning drive or a jumper?
That was like a Euro free throw line jumper, some floaters. It was so crazy.
Yeah. Man. So Kent State, man, that was believe it or not, man, it was a great time off the court. I had some ups and downs on the court. I just couldn't see eye to eye a little bit with Cindy. Good coach still though. Great coach. You know what I'm saying? I played, I probably think I played like 14 minutes a game. It was frustrating. I felt like I was better than that. So, I'm doing me in practice. I had some games where I wasn't always locked in, but I was there more than I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I used to compete with guys in practice. It was it was so frustrating when your team knew like, man, YG ain't playing, like he should be playing more. You know what I'm saying? It was just certain things like that, and I felt like coming from JUCO because you had 2 years. I felt like I needed to play now. I needed to be in the mix now. You know what I'm saying? I only got so much time. You know what I'm saying? Coming from where I'm coming from, man. I was trying to make the league or make it to where I I'm financially stable to, to take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? That was our role. We trying to get out the hood. So it just, like I said, as far as the players, man, I have some guys I built a good bond with some of them players, man, that we made a nice little run. End up winning our side of the conference, got a ring. You know what I'm saying? So I was grateful and thankful for the opportunity, but it was just some things I wish I could have did better. Like I should have stayed. I shouldn't have transferred. I should have stayed. You know what I'm saying? And it would have been, I probably would have had a whole better senior year. But like I said, I got run. I just felt like I should have been playing more, just things like that. But, you
Yeah.
know,
So yeah, let me tell you about some of your teammates. You play with Chris Brewer, Jimmy Hall, Derek Jackson, Chris
Jimmy Hart,
Ortiz, and
yep,
I don't know, Deverex Manley, or
yep,
if
can
I say
play,
that.
yep. Shooter,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
ball, yep.
yeah. So like I said, you play with some, there was some dogs. So like I said, I remember, I think it was like my sophomore year in college. Like I said, that was y'all won the back regular season. So
Mm-hmm.
like I said, just to be a part of that team and actually playing though, like I said, it's hard to win in a one bid league too though. So like, and that's what people don't understand about college basketball. It's hard to get 20 games. It's hard to win one game.
Listen, I used to get run, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I just, felt like I should have got more, bro. Look, when I say that's what I be talking about when I say your role, bro. I turned it to a lockdown. I was a lockdown, like whatever I needed to do, get on the court. I was on it, lockdown, whatever. I was out there guard, like he was playing me like a Draymond Green, bro. I was like the backup guard. I had to know all the guard spots on top of the forward spots, bro. I was, and then like when I was guarding the four, when I was playing like the four, I had a role where I had to switch. Like it was certain different pick and roll coverages that he had for other people. When I got out, when whoever it was a switch for me. So it was just like certain stuff. Like they used me, but it's just like, man, I felt like they should have, used me more. Yeah, man, come on, man,
Yeah, most definitely though. So like I
Yeah.
said, you transferred to D2 to what's it called? University of Texas Permian Basin, right?
Yep, yeah, man. It was a familiar person I knew there that I was just, this time now I was thinking for self a little bit, but at the same time I wanted to make a loud some loud noise. Yeah, make it loud. You know what I'm saying? Like when I transferred there, I wanted to put up numbers, but I wanted to win too. So I started off putting up numbers. I was putting up like 20 a game. Then as the season go on, it's a lot going on a little bit. You got a lot of different guys that's transferring from D1 that's trying to do the same thing I'm doing. And, gets this, man, we had a talented team for real, man. It just probably was a lot too much for the coach a little bit, maybe just a little bit. He was trying to please us all, but man, I was putting up at least 20 a game, bro. I promise you, I was balling, bro. Just kind of like, I don't know if I don't want to say it was me, but I don't want to blame nobody else. I hold myself accountable. But man, it just felt like my numbers was kind of dying down a little bit. I'm seeing doubles, don't get me wrong, I'm seeing doubles, but it was just like numbers kind of went down. But I could have came back to Ohio and went to Urbana or Central State. I felt like I felt like that was a waste, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I could have stayed in Ohio for that, bro. And like I said, I went down there because it was a familiar coach that wanted me, that thought we had a plan. But this
Yeah.
what that's when Fennell comes in. I meet Fennell.
So like I said, let's talk about Fennell though. Like I said, I met him at 10 years ago, literally 10 years ago at the University of Dayton camp. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going to this D2 school in Texas. I'm recruiting this guy from Dayton." And he's like, "Gary Akbar." I was like, "Oh hell no, I know him." So like, me and him, we've been locked in since though, for real. Like the past 10 years when he was at Portland State, then he went to Louisville. He got me a couple camp gigs at Louisville, and like I said, where was he? BYU, Brandon BYU. And I ever met the Kentucky coach Pope when he was on a recruiting trail though. So like I said, me and him been knowing a lot of years. So look, and like me and him, he was recruiting one of my players, and he told me that I had got in contact and called, and because we just talk about like I said, how the basketball community is.
Yeah.
Once you know somebody, you know somebody knows.
Yeah,
especially in the coaching world too. So and that was 10 years ago. We still all connected at the same time. We still in our perspective, different practices too in the game. So that's just a cool moment though. So tell him, how you and his relationship was.
Man, just a real good guy, man. Real good guy, man. He just was a guy that pushed and just did his part as a coach because it was as a coach, like I say, he was assistant, or kind of like the third assistant or something. He can only do so much, but he did his part, man. Kept people steady, helped work guys out. Was there if you needed to talk. You know what I'm saying, and will also talk sense to us because like I said, I wasn't perfect. I used to get frustrated sometimes with certain things, so good guy, man. Like I said, just reached out to him recently, man. I'm using him as a little mentor just to tap in with him and pick his brain on certain things like that. Cause things real out here, but nah, he good guy, man. Real good guy. Real good guy. I ain't got nothing but great things. Nothing but great things for Coach Fennell.
And like I said, how do you feel though, like seeing him from like you was with him his first year as a coach. Now he's a head coach.
Hey, happy for him, man. I just it's motivation. If you stay the course and stay working at your craft for what you want to do, you'll get there. Clearly, he there. He there. He just was at, like you said, he was at Louisville, BYU. He started at UTPB, man. People don't even know what that is. I mean, right. they did that the year after they won the championship or won the conference and stuff like that because they knew what they learned from what not to do with us with the next team. But man, that's what it's about. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah, man. Also, I want to talk about your head coach, Andy Newman. Like I said, how was he as a coach though? See how he a head coach at Cal State Northridge right now.
Okay, man. He was a player's coach, man. Like I said, I felt like if he would have put his foot down a little more, man, he was a little too cool for us. Maybe trying to please us a lot. Man, we would have been way better. I promise you. I know he probably didn't put up for that the next year. That's why they were so good. Great coach. He believed in what I could do. I like Coach Newman. I can't even lie, man. Nothing but good words for him as well, man. Just it just didn't work out for me as far as what I had pictured in my mind. But Coach Newman, good guy, helped me out as much as he could. Good guy.
So like, with the transferring, with your history of transferring, like what's your thoughts on today's era? Like people transfer from AAU team to high school to high school. Some dudes transfer every year for 8 straight years. Like what's your thoughts on this landscape?
Well, I don't got nothing against the transfer because like I said, what was the point of you penalizing the kid from transferring anyway? I like coaches could go sign a contract for 4 years, just but then get an offer for somewhere else and leave. So why can't we? So I'm for the transferring, but it's a pro con to it because I feel like some kids transferring to duck the wreck. You duck in the position battle. Sometimes you need that. That's gonna make you a better player. Better team, deeper roster. So it's like 50-50. It depends on I'm not against it. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not against it at all. I'm with it. I'll take that back. Yeah, I'm with it. So I'm with the transferring, kid transfer high school. I understand it because you got some kids, some coaches don't know, man. Some coaches do mess up kids' career or mental. It might not work for him here. So I'm with that transferring as well, if that's what it is. But if you just keep transferring to multiple situation is not working out, then you just need to look in the mirror then.
Yeah, I agree.
Clearly it's not the situation, it's you.
Yeah. So what would you say with these parents that's basically playing as agents, hey, we should go here, just how do you feel about that?
Like I said, I'm not against it, but is your son or your kid, is he like that?
Yeah.
If he like that, then
yeah.
I respect it. If he like that, then yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Y'all putting in that work. When it's time to play, he out here killing guys. He out here, you doing what he supposed to do, and then y'all putting in that work and it's showing. Then, yeah, do that. But if he not, come on, it's levels. If your kid is just as good as this kid, or if he's not, that's what be killing me. You know what I'm saying? If he not putting in that work, then you don't get it. You don't get it. But you got to put the work in for this. And even if sometimes you is putting in the work, you might not even get noticed then. Still put your head down and keep grinding. It's gonna come sooner or later. So that's just how I am with it, man. I'm one of those show me, don't. That's just how I go. That's how I feel about it, man. That's how.
So like I said, you let's talk a little bit more into your coaching career though. So like I said, what's some things that you know through your journey that you put into like your players and your teachings now? Like, all right, you should do this or you should teach this.
Okay, well, toughness. You know what I'm saying? I try to make my team have my identity. I was a passionate, tough player. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I was talented, could play ball, but I was tough. I was tough. I felt like I believed in playing defense. I believed in scoring on your man, but then turn around and making him stop, making a stop. You know what I'm saying? I believed in that defense first. So things, so far as that, yeah, like just tough passion, yeah, toughness.
That's what's up, man. Like I said, so like what's your favorite thing about like off the court about coaching? Like as far as like scouting, dealing with the players, talking to them, like what's your favorite off the court?
My favorite off the court would probably be, man, just talking with the players, man, just seeing what they think or how they feel. You know, sometimes I just ask them like, man, how you feel like I'm doing? How you feel like how you feel the season going? You know, how you feel? You feel like you've been getting better? You feel like you know, things, you know, just picking their brains, seeing how they feel, you know, asking them certain things about basketball, the game. Did they watch this? Did they watch that? So, you know, I was tapped in with them a lot, man. You know, I wasn't too far from that age. So I could kind of tap in with them a little bit. So no, let them know like I'm hip, you know. Plus, as a player, I could play. So I'm like, you know I'm like that. You know, tell me what's up.
Yeah.
Talk about them things like that. But that would probably be my favorite part about the culture, man. Just tapping in with the kids, man, being able to pick their head, pick their brains, and really appreciate them for appreciating you or showing them things that they ain't know they could do or could reach. You know.
What's who's some of the coaches that's like really had a big impact in your career? They're like kind of like, all right, I want to be a coach too.
Okay, well, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I didn't want to be no coach. I ain't gonna lie to you. This came out of nowhere. Like I said, when Coach P called me, I was only doing it for him. I'm like, yeah, why not, man? I ain't doing much, you know. I ain't doing nothing. Why not? Be around some basketball. Coach P, yeah, I do it. You know what I'm saying? I do it, but coaches that I would say that since I am coaching or since I was coaching, you know, these last what's this 3 years? Yeah, last 3 years since I was coaching, I would say Coach Tutu. You know what I'm saying? Coach P. You know, all my Dunbar staff, Coach Sturge, O'Neal, you know, man, them guys. Yeah, I would say to them, you know, uh, Coach Dre Haynes that coached me at Kent State was one of the assistants at Kent State. Yeah, them would be the guys that I would say that because a lot of them is former players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dre Haynes, O'Neal, former players. So you know, I was just looking at it as I could reach and a way that I can get back to the community and help. You know, help the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like I said, but I never expected to coach. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's hobby just kind of fall in your lap. And like I said, just you being a vocal player, like I said, I think you came natural though, for real though. So, best you have to come, probably, pause right now. But like I said, you still got years to go. The coach always outlasts the players. Always, you got to remember that you always got dudes coaching to the 70s and
Yeah,
80s. So you never
for
know though,
sure,
for real.
for
So,
sure.
I said, I appreciate you, taking the time out. And like I said, Dre Haynes, he's at Marquette right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I met him there.
He recruited me. Yep, he recruited
Yeah,
me at Kent. Yep.
yeah. I met him a couple years ago at Marquette. Yeah, that's crazy. You said that. I was like, damn,
He from
I remember.
Detroit. From
Well,
Detroit.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Midwest guy. Yep.
yeah.
You already know, bro. You know we go way back, bro. You know
Yeah,
I appreciate you. You know, like I said, I don't. You know.
most definitely, man. Like I remember, they used to call you Dink back in the day, man. So that's how far we go way back, man. On Soup, man. Shout out to Cannon. Oh no, Jeffrey. Like I said, I ain't seen them fools in years, but like I
Yeah.
said, man, appreciate you, man. Like I said, hope your Knicks ain't, tied up tomorrow,
Knicks
though.
and six, man. Knicks and
All right,
six.
all right, man. Like I
Knicks
said,
and
man,
six.
appreciate you.
All
Hey,
right, bro.
man.
Appreciate it.
You already know, man. Appreciate you again, though.
Yep.